Well, hello, good evening. We're here for the Formula 2 Championship. This is round 2, races 3 and 4. We're in from the land of Down Under, Australia. So you've got me, you've got Ash in the booth this evening. We've got 2 races to come tonight. We've got the longer feature race first, where a mandatory pit stop is involved. And then the shorter sprint race a little bit later on down the line, where the top 8 positions are reversed from the feature race. So the the guy who finishes 8th in the feature starts on pole for the sprint. After the first races in Baku, last time out, I will just quickly run through the standings. Just while I see if I can find it. Right, okay, so the standings from the first race, we've got Ollie in front on 27 points. Joe Josu on 25, Harley on 20, Rob's on 18, AJ also on 18. Robbo on 15, Bounty on 14, Proctor and Simon on 8, B-Watt on 4, Leaker on 4, Laugh Session, Jedi on 1 point apiece. The team standings, just out of pure interest, we've got Trident on 35 and same with Prema, Charou's Racing System on 28, Dan's on 26, MP on 18, Art Grand Prix on 8 and Uni Virtuoso Racing on 5. So the first person I'm going to focus on this session will be Proctor, who didn't take part in the GTS race yesterday because he was at 24 Hours of Daytona. It's a bit different seeing these 2020 F2 cars with their bigger tyres as they're going through turns 11 and 12 here at Melbourne. No corner names to remember, they're just simply turn numbers. Heading now to the last few corners on the track, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to ride with Proctor on board his first lap. Qualifying session is simply just 18 minutes long, so all the drivers will be exiting after the first 18 minutes of the session. As there goes Proctor now, he goes into 4th, into 5th and now 6th. Gear going across the line, and now we're going to go on a lap going into turns 1 and 2. Just gently does it on the throttle. Now heading into turn 3. It's going to be tricky just to get the corner right. He's done that fine. He's now into turn 4. Heading sweeping into 5. Not flat, interestingly. He's lifted there quite a bit. Now he's going to brake into 6. And into 7 there's a yellow flag somewhere. Nice gentle sweep round into turns 8 and 9, and 10 is just a kink, and it's going to be into 11 and 12, the fastest corners on the track. Gentle with the first one. He's been very cautious his first lap. I get the feeling it's just a banker for Proctor so far. Heading round now into turn 14. Now into 15. I think it's 15 anyways, and then 16 and 17 to end the lap. Whoa, he's got sideways into what's a horrible little corner. And now into the final turn, he'll get the help of DRS down the back straight as he sets his first lap time of 1:37.3. So he's the first guy to set a lap time. Jedi hasn't set a lap yet. So I'm going to go to the Steak, who has invalidated his first lap on the track. So I'm going to see how Danny's doing. Danny is just heading through to finish his lap now. He's on the softer compounded tyre. He's on the super softs. Heading through the final corner. He's going to put DRS on now. And his first opening time, he goes 36.599. That's a good time. Bounty goes quick. He goes on to a 36.4. That's a good time there from Super Bounty. Also, hello to Ben on the chat as well. I know he's supporting Danny in the race today. Also, who out there, people out there, who do you think is going to win this race? There's a few people yet to settle up. So AJ is yet to settle up. He's just come around the final corner. So let's see what he can do now over the start-finish line. And he goes on his first lap. Heading through turns 1 and 2. He's invalidated his time already. Proctor goes quick. He's on a 36.3 now, so he goes pole. And he's done it on the slower tyre as well. Jedi goes 36.331, so goes slightly quicker. He goes to the top. The Steak is on his lap now. He's heading round the back end of the circuit. There's still a few people yet to set a time, so here he comes now. He comes through the final corner. The Steak, of course, is one of our F1 D3 drivers. He's done a reasonable job so far. He goes 37.7. Robbo is set at 39.2. And illicit power set at 2:09, but I think he might have made a mistake somewhere. So we'll just come to the back end of AJ's lap. He's heading through now towards turn 14. He's invalidating his lap time as well. Alright, so he won't be setting the time this time round. So the Pink Spartan. He's a driver I'm very much unfamiliar with. I haven't come across him before. Illicit Power's gained a 5-place grid penalty for hitting AJ. And he's just spun as well. If that's just happened there, I'd be very, very surprised. Robbo's left the session. Oh no, I hope there's nothing. Hope his internet connection's alright or his wheel's alright, because I know he's having problems with his wheel during the F1 races last week. Maybe someone can update me if they're in a party with Robbo somewhere. So Lika's going out now on his first lap. Ollie is heading through turn 5. Let's see, he's at a 31.2. So now let's see what he can do. We've got Nils in the chat as well, supporting Danny, Proctor and AJ. Good to see as always, Nils, and participating in the chat. Maybe he might see you doing an F2 race at some point in the future. As Ollie now, he's one of our Division 1 drivers, I want to say, and I know I'm probably going to get corrected there at some point. As he's now heading through into the final few turns. He's not had his lap time invalidated. A little bit of a wag of the tail. He's heading out the final corner now. So what's Ollie set as his first time? He goes 34.8. That's a super impressive time there from Ollie. Now he has a man who's not been out yet on a lap. He's been very quiet in the session so far. It's the man who invented the flying thing name, Lika. So here he comes now into turns 1 and 2. Yes, of course, Nils. I forgot that you've normally got a race on Monday. I hope your race went well tonight as well, pal. As now he heads into turns 3 and 4. Let's see what he can do in terms of time. So he heads through the first section, cuts at 31.2. He's not invalidated his time so far, so his session is going well. His lap is going well so far. Heading through now. Turns 8 and 9, heads through the sweeping left-hander of 10. And now he's going to go into 11 and 12. A little bit of understeer through the first part, but get through the second part. We'll have the help of DRS through here. As Ollie goes 34.1, he goes even quicker still. That's a great time there from Ollie. As now Lika heads through the final couple of corners. It's been a steady lap from Lika. Let's see, he's not going to quite match Ollie's time, but he goes 35.0. So Ollie's Lika's opening gambit puts him second, and Josu behind him beats his time pretty much straight away on 34.3. That's very good time from Josu. As AJ still yet to put a time on the board. He's heading through the final couple of corners, so let's see what he does here. And he goes 34.0, so he goes straight to the top. Does AJ. That's a very, very good time indeed. And he goes slightly quicker than Ollie, his teammate. And then you've got Josu, Lika, and then Jedi. As Danny pops himself into the top 5 as well. Good time there from Danny. And Smalley gets denied from Nightbot. That's made my day. Hello, Smalley. I hope COD is treating you very, very well. This AJ doesn't look like he's improving this time. Everyone else in the pit lane, so we'll take a look at Josu. So we've got about 5 minutes left in the session. B-Watt is 4th, Lika's 5th, Danny 6th. B-Watt's gone to 4th actually. That's a pretty good time from B-Watt. So you've got AJ, Ollie, Josu. As AJ goes 33.6. That's a pretty damn good lap time there from wide from B-Watt. He goes even quicker still. Now there's just a bit of calm, so let's see what Josu can do from here. Going through the final few turns, so is he on a quicker lap? He could be, possibly. Nope, he's away in the pit lane. So let's keep an eye on B-Watt. So he looks like he's on a new lap, so let's just watch him. Oh, I'm going to watch how he does it now. going through turn 3, locking up the brake, but nothing too severe. The car doesn't seem to want to turn and hit the apex before, and he gets 5. Pretty nice. Joe Juice's retired from the session. He's quite happy with 3rd on the grid. So now let's see if B-Watt can improve. Heading through turns 8, 9 and 10. Now 11 and 12. Whoa! Oof. Yikes. Big smash. So he's now retired from the session that has us Proctor. Lika is not gone out. I can't see many people haven't gone out actually. I think Ollie has. Jedi has gone out. Lika's retired from the session. So Jedi will get a chance to... He's invalidated that lap actually. Bounty's away in the pit lane. AJ's retired from the session as well, so I'm now going to watch Ollie. He's possibly the only man who can take pole away from Azure Win. Let's see now what he can do here. Heading down into the infamous turn 3. A few cars have flipped in turn 3 down the airs. Martin Brundle, Fernando Alonso, Ralph Schumacher as well. It's quite the list. Now he's heading into turn 6. As he's locking the brake, he's going to head now through. Danny's retired from the session, so he's quite happy with 7th. Ollie can definitely improve. And he's gone purple middle sector, as you can tell on the map, so he's got every chance to snatch pole here, Ollie. Lava Sesh has also retired from the session. So he's heading now into the final few turns. Pink Spartan is also retired from the session, so he's happy where he is. We've got now Ollie sets a 33.8. He's gone second, stays second. Stig's also retired from the session. As Ollie's going for another lap. Starting his lap before the end of the 18 minutes so he can finish his lap. I did notice he went purple first sector. So could he improve very, very late on? Oh look, we have a live robot in chat. Hello, robot. Let's see if Ollie can improve. I don't think he can. He's going to finish the lap still. He slides through the final turn. He goes 33.6 and oh, he's so close to usurping AJ, but he doesn't quite do it. So there we have it. AJ on pole, Ollie second, Josu third, BWAR fourth, Proctor fifth, Leaker in sixth, Danny in seventh, Jedi in eighth, Super Bounty ninth, Pink Spartan 10th, Stig 11th, Lavros 12th, BJ Robbo in 13th, and Illicit Power in 14th place. Yeah, AJ and Ollie were very, very close. I thought Ollie had it there for a second. Gap was next to nothing. Danny did well. Danny's starting in 7th place. It's a good effort. Gap is 3/100ths of a second. I'll be interested to see who starts on the harder tyre, does the contra strategy in this race, and see if anyone will start from with it. So just waiting for players to get themselves ready, and then we will get race 1 underway. Although I get the feeling, I think Robbo might have had a connection issue, quite possibly. So we'll just hang on for everyone to ready up. Once everyone's readied up, we will then get the feature race underway. There we have it. So now we'll just get everyone readied up, and then we'll get the feature race off and run. Like I said, with the feature race of Formula 2, you've got to use 2 tyre compounds, and you've got to stop at least once. I think it's after the 3rd lap. I'm sure someone will correct me on that one. Now here we go. 3, 4, 5 lights, and we are away. We've got Lav Sesh already on a jump start. He's got a drive-through penalty. Is now heading into turn 1, and it looks like everyone has got through. AJ's got through fine. Ollie and Josu are now battling side by side for 2nd place, and it's Josu's hanging on round the outside, and he just about takes 2nd place from Ollie. Jedi in 4th, and Baywat is up to 5th. Super Bounty's had a great start. He's now up in 6th place. Lika is in 7th spot. He's had a good start. Lika 7th. Proctor. Oh, Proctor's had a bit of an off coming out of turn 9. I don't know what's quite happened there. Let's see if he's got himself back on. He has. And he's missing a little bit of front wing there. So Proctor's got a bit of work to do early on. He started on the softer tyre from the harder tyre from the looks of it, but he's going to have to pit already, and that won't count towards his stop. So AJ has pulled out from Josu in 2nd. He's pulled away in turn from Ollie, who seems to have a bit of a trolley train behind him. He's got Baywat and Jedi and Super Bounty all in fairly close attendance. AJ has just gone, he's disappeared. Ollie has a bit of a gap to Baywat, but would be keen to break the gap ready for for DRS to come at the end of the lap. Jedi is up to 5th, and now we've got Super Bounty and Lika, the two teammates, line astern. Now heading through into turns 6 and 7. Danny in at 8th. He's had a solid start. He's kept his nose clean, and he's sitting in a good spot. Stig's up to 9th as well. He's broken the gap a little bit. Pink Spartan in 10th. Robbo's 11th, followed by Illicit Power. Love Sesh is 13th. He's had an incident somewhere. And out has come Proctor in 14th, but he's going to have to stop again for his mandatory stop. Yellow flag in Sector 2. Now, what's happened? As AJ, Josu, Ollie and BWAT pull clear of the rest of the field, DRS will become available this lap for people to use, so this will be time. Whoa, BWAT's gone. He's slid coming out of turn 2. He keeps the car on the track just about. But there's a 3-car battle now going on for what's now 4th place between Jedi, Super Bounty and Lika. As Jedi just about holds on to the place. BWAT has regained his position. He's back on the track in 9th spot. Yes, Love Sesh has saved his drive-through, so yeah, that will make sense. Thank you very much for that, robot. So now, let's see if Lika can stay close enough to Jedi to get the overtake done. As he's just about to head through turns 11 and 12. Does he have DRS available? He does. He's closing, but he's not closing enough, so he might have to hang on till the pit straight, where he'll get 2 free hits of DRS. He now heads into the final 2 turns. Smalley, you'll never ever get in the commentary box. Best of luck, pal. As Jedi gets the tail out into turn 2. Now Lika's got a run on him, and he's having a look down the outside. But Jedi is pulling off some stunning defending here. He's keeping Lika behind him and doing a very, very good job of it. Bit of a gap, so as a Sector 3, I think Illicit Powers had a little bit of an incident. Just gonna have a look here. So Illicit Powers back off and running again. So now we've got Lika really trying to force his way down the inside as Ollie picks up the first penalty of the race for multiple track limit warnings, I believe. So now Lika again gets a DRS. Let's see, he's having a look down the outside, and he's got his nose in front. With the last of the late breakers, Lika's got him. But now, can Jedi fight back? Oh, he can. Lika's run wide, and now Jedi's got the DRS to fight him off with. Because of course Lika was in front of the DRS zone. As now we're seeing the first pit stop. Bounty, I believe, is coming to the pit lane. So now Lika again looking down the outside. but Jedi's defending very, very nicely. I'm going to watch this battle from a slightly different perspective. I'm going to watch it from Mika's perspective. Now heading through turn 5. Jedi just kicking up a little bit of dirt. Heading through 6 and 7. Heading to turns 8 and 9. He's having trying to just disturb Jedi in whatever form he can. But Jedi is doing a very, very good defensive job here. As Jedi is still carrying on, sitting, defending. It's the closest battle on track as well at the minute, with all the gaps you can see respective. Is now he's just a little bit too far back from Jedi to make a move. He's probably waiting now for the pit straight, or possibly going to pit. Let's see, Jedi pulls off into the pit lane. This is interesting. So Jedi's making stop before Nika. So let's just watch and see. He's going to put on obviously the harder tyre to see himself through to the end of the race. And he's off again. Off yellow flag, sector 1. We have a driver off. It's B1 again. He's lost it further on down. He's got himself back going, but he needs to cool those tyres off. He's off and running again, so we're just going to go through the field. We've got AJ out in front. So the only people sort of make a pit stop, Proctor obviously made a stop on the end of lap 1. Bounty and Jedi of course have just made their stops. So AJ now is heading through final couple of corners. Let's see what he does. He's pitting. AJ pits from the lead already. Josu is also in the pit lane. As now Ollie goes through to take the lead at this second time, so he's got a 3-second penalty to serve as Josu and B1 as well, as AJ slots out in front of Josu, and also he's got ahead of quite a few people. Likala's stopped. So here we go. Nika's coming out the pit now. Will he get in front of Jedi and make this an overcut work? He's out the pit lane, but he's got very, very cold tyres. So can Jedi make a move whilst Lika's getting his tyres up to temperature? Lika's defending into turns 4 and 5. Lika, as long as he holds him off his first half of the lap, will now, in theory, pull away from Jedi, but Jedi, of course, will have warmer tyres, so might try and attack later on round the lap. Yep, Lika's now making the move stick, so he's now just starting to pull out. Meanwhile, up front, Ollie is pulled out in front, and Danny's up the second as well. Danny's actually on the harder tyre, so he's going for the opposing strategy here. So that might pay dividends for him later on this race. We'll see. As we've got AJ third and then Josu's in fourth. The Stig is up to fifth. The Stig is on the softer tyre and he's going longer with it. doing an alright job of it, actually. The pink Spartan in 6th. I'm just trying to identify what tyre he's on. He's on the harder tyre, so that's a good effort from him. Meanwhile, Lika and Jedi are battling. There's a yellow flag in Sector 1. There's nothing showing up as... Actually, there is. Oh, somebody's off. Illicit Power, I think, is the guy who's had an off. It's just in yellow for now. Just the local yellow, they're back underway. So, that's what everyone is on in terms of tyres. I've put that on the telemetry for you guys to see. So, only Ollie has gone. There's been another off somewhere. But we're back underway, so there's no dramas. As now, Lika and Jedi are coming on the Pink Spartan, who is run... He's on the harder tyre, but he's ran it for a little bit longer. Now Jedi makes his move for 7th place. Meanwhile, Ollie's in the pit lane. He's made his sole stop. Stig is also on his way in. And he just gains himself a 5-second penalty for speed in the pit lane. So he's now going to go to the harder tyres. And he will be sent on his way. Pink Spartan is also in. He's in. Oh, he's missing the front wing. He's missing the front wing, so he could do ideally now with the safety car. So he's going to come back out. Pit lane, yellow flag in Sector 1. That is B-Watt. B-Watt has had yet another off coming out of turn 2. So the only guy I believe who's yet to stop is our leader, and that leader is Danny. Danny has gone very, very long on his first stint. Danny and Lavsesh as well. Of course, he jumped the start, so he's going to be a little bit down the order, with obviously having pitted very, very early on. Danny straight away going for a defensive move, immediately cutting off AJ's slipstream. In fact, AJ's just worked his way past, so I'm wondering if Danny just let AJ go there. That's, well, we'll ask him, shall we, at the end of the race, Robot. So Danny now in second place as they work our way through a back marker. Yellow flag in Sector 3, so somebody else is having a drama. The Pink Spartan is retired from the session. Can't see what's happening to him. I can see Illicit Powers having another another how do you do moment. And we've got a virtual safety car. So Illicit Power is actually missing part of his front wing end fence. So that's AJ now in the lead, and Danny is now up to second. Danny gets it. Oh, Danny, no! Danny's got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. That's what just came up, but yet there's no penalty actually shown. Alrighty. Unless he's saving his penalty now. Yep, He's serving his penalty now. That's such a shame for Danny. He just went too quickly when the VSC went, and that just slapped the penalty straight on him. That's unfortunate. Yes, Danny. Yes, Nils. I agree. That just need to wait until it says green. If you go straight away whilst it's on yellow, you're gonna get a penalty, unfortunately. As we've got a no, there's just a swap of position between the Stig and Lavsesh. So Lavsesh is still on his 10-lap old tyres. Super Bounty now picks up a penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, I'm just trying to find it. So, in terms of penalties as we stand right now, AJ's got 3 seconds. The top 3 have got 3-second penalties. So they're all cancelling each other out. Danny's in 4th and he's still got to stop for tyres. Lavsesh is battling Proctor here for 11th, for 10th and 11th place. Proctor is on far fresher tyres. Let's have a look. Proctor's on 4-lap old mediums. As Illicit Power makes his way to the pit lane. So let's watch from Proctor's onboard camera. See if he can make a move on Lavsesh. Lavsesh runs wide, and that gives Proctor a chance to pass. But now, as you can see from Lavsesh, he's side by side with Proctor. He allows Proctor to go. But there's possibility of DRS, which he now gets. Can he hang on to this? Proctor locking up, and now you should see Proctor start to pull away. That's a good move there from Proctor. So Danny has stopped in for his fresh super softs. His tyres, compared to everyone else around him, are about 5 to 7 laps younger. He's got 12 seconds to make up on Bounty. It's going to be a tough ask, but he should have enough to keep B-Watt behind him. Lavsesh is in the pit lane as well. He's in for his fresh super softs. So now there's no one that close on track. Danny is closing a little bit of Bounty, but he's got 11.5 seconds or so to make up on Bounty. Bounty's 5 seconds behind Jedi. Jedi is about 7 or so seconds behind Likala in 4th. He's had a good climb through the field. Ollie's had a quite enough race in 3rd. And Josie's probably got too much time to make up on AJ, and AJ has just driven away in this race. Started on pole and he's just went off into the distance, really. Not left anything to chance. He's drove very, very nicely with it. Heading into turns 14 and 15, then 16 and 17 to end the lap. He's going to have 4 more laps at the end of this one. Now he's got the gap up to 5 or so seconds. Fastest lap. If I can find it, I will let you know what the fastest lap is. There we go. So AJ at the minute is sitting on fastest lap 36.0, and that is 6/10 quicker than what anyone else can manage. Josie was on a 36.6. Oh, there we have it. So, put the intervals on. Danny's got the gap between him and Bounty down to 9 seconds. He's closing, as you can tell, but I think he's just going to have a little bit too much to do. And AJ, of course, he's just had a fine race. Josu's had a good race in second spot. He's done a good job. Same with Ollie in third. He's going to claim some good points again. Licola in fourth is very comfortable now. He's 10 seconds or so ahead of Jedi, who's actually got Bounty behind him, closing at about 3 seconds. But the only problem is with Bounty, he's got a 3-second penalty. So even if he were to catch and pass Jedi, he's going to have to get the gap up by quite a bit to keep that 5th place. So Jedi, I think, unless he gets a penalty himself, is fairly safe. Danny in 7th, he's on the super softs, and you can tell he's closed the gap. Gap was about 12 seconds when he came out of the pit. He's got it down to 8. But like I said, unfortunately, he's just left his charge a little bit too late. But he's doing a good job as Danny, and he's going to be on course for a front row start. Because the guy behind him, B-Watt, he's got no one around him. He's going to be on pole for the sprint. Stig in 9th, he's again on his own. He's done a very, very decent job. Going to get points. Proctor's recovered from his first lap incident, and he's now up into 10th, so he's going to claim at least 1 point for his efforts in this first race. Last session 11th, he's a little bit left on his own. Robbo in 12th spot, and Illicit Power is still circulating. As now AJ is heading on to his penultimate lap. He really has just driven away from the field. He's nearly 7 seconds ahead of Josu. Ollie's now up in 3rd spot. Ika in 4th. I'm going to keep an eye on Jedi and Super Bounty, because Bounty has got that gap down to about 1.5 seconds. So I'm just going to keep an eye on this gap. There's an incident in Sector 3. Nothing shown here. And it's all go again. So Bounty's got about a second and a half back. I tell you what, Danny in 7th place. If he can gain just over 2 seconds in the next 2 laps, he's going to nick 6th off Super Bounty here. Because Bounty spun. Bounty's just got the tail out. He's made a mistake, and Danny now is up into 6th place without needing that penalty to get him ahead of Super Bounty. Brilliant stuff from Danny. Excellent stuff. That's unfortunate for Bounty, but Danny just kept driving and kept putting the pressure on. He's now got his rewards. He's up to 6th now. So he's recovered it by doing the opposite strategy. Good effort there. As AJ has now started his final lap. As Danny just picks up a penalty as we say that, but there's no dramas now for him. as I'm going to go to AJ for the final lap. Really has just dominated this race. Started on pole. Hasn't led every single lap. Danny's had a couple of laps. But he's got the fastest lap. And he's just done a very, very good race. As he's about to head to turns 11 and 12 for the final time in this feature race. Through the left and right. Kink as Josu gets another time penalty, but he's going to be okay. As AJ now heads through the final few turns before he claims the first victory of the day. Heading through the final corner now, and here he comes across the line. This has been a good race from AJ from start to finish. Excellent job from him. Very well done to him. Josu's driven a very good race as well, and he's going to finish in second spot. Well done to him. Ollie's started second. He's going to finish third in the end. He's done a very good race. Next guy across the line is going to be Likola. Heading through the final few corners. He's going to find himself in fourth spot. Meanwhile, Jedi and Danny's closed right up. He's been on a right charge towards the end of the race. As Jedi is just about going to come in fifth spot. And Danny's going to finish sixth. Good job from Danny. Bounty now crosses the line in seventh, but he could wonder what might have been. And the Stig is now just completing the end of his final lap. He's going to finish eighth, and he's going to start on pole in the sprint race. So there comes the Stig in eighth spot. B-Watt is going to cross the line in ninth, and Proctor crosses the line, and I think he just about claims ninth place. Yes, he does. So good job there from B-Watt, from Proctor to get 2 points in the end. Yes, walking like an Egyptian. So well done to AJ for that first race. He drove a textbook race. No safety cars. There's no virtual safety car, but no actual safety cars. So good job there from everybody. Only one retirement, of course, for the Pink Spartan, which is very unfortunate. AJ, Josu and Danny, AJ, Josu and Ollie, the top three finishers there from the first race. And of course, once the stands have been updated from this race by whoever does it, they will be available to see on not only the OFR website but the OFR app for iOS. For the other one, Android, apparently is going to be available in 2077. So whilst they sort themselves out, I'm going to have a quick break. I'll be back in 30 seconds. Right, so here we go for the sprint race. Got 5 lights and we are off and racing. So the Stig has got off into the lead, pulls ahead of Super Bounty. Jedi is up in the 3rd spot. Josu is up the 4th. AJ from 8th place is up the 5th already. That's a good start from him. Let's get the lap data to have a look at. There's a bit of an incident, right? Okay, so we've got Lavsesh. Lika's been involved. Oh no, illicit power's involved. Robbo's involved. B-Watt's involved, and Proctor's got involved in the equation somewhere as well. So Lika's off. Lika's off. And by the looks of things, I think he's missing a front wing. He's got himself back underway. He's got himself underway with no nose cone whatsoever. Ah, no. Lika's out. Lika's retired. That's unfortunate. But AJ straight away has got to the front of this race, and now we've got Bounty has got a train behind him of Josu, Jedi, Danny, and Ollie and Stig as well, as Bounty is defending here into turn 1. So now let's see if Bounty can hold off Josu. Of course, DRS isn't available for the first 2 laps. Super Bounty's having a look around the outside. Jedi's had a half spin, he's recovered, but he's lost 2 places to Danny and Ollie, as Ollie is now working his way through. Ollie's now up to 4th. I thought I heard someone having a quiet off somewhere. It's the Pink Spartan. The Pink Spartan's had an off. And now let's just see if he's got any front wing missing. I think he has just got a little bit. He just got a little bit. So now got Lavsesh and B-Watt. B-Watt works his way past Lavsesh and into 8th spot. Danny's still scrapping away in 7th place. He's got the Stig and Jedi in front of him. Ollie has worked his way up to 4th as well, so he's done himself a good start. Ollie is now trying to see if he can get past Super Bounty, as the top 2 have restored themselves a little bit of order from the first race. AJ is already set at 36.2. as now DRS becomes available for everyone to use. So now we've got Danny and Jedi. Oh, sorry, Danny and the Stig. Jedi, I think, has had an incident, so now this is the battle for 5th. Of course, only the top 8 score points as well in the sprint race. As Super Bounty already picks up ones. The 3-second time penalty for ones. So I will get... I'll put penalties on there so we can view who we've got. So now, Stig's defender from Danny. Danny just drives right round the outside. Brilliant move there from Danny. Danny's now up to 5th place. He finished the first race well. And he started the second race just as well. As now Ollie is now on the back of Super Bounty for the final podium place. See if he can make the move stick. He can't quite make a move there. As the Stig now has Jedi for company. He has. He has, Robot, I agree, as Jedi now works his way past the stick and up into 6th position. They're both going to have DRS, but I think Jedi's going to have pace as oh, someone's had an off. AJ spun it. AJ spun it. He's just thrown away a big lead. He's back, but he's back in 8th spot, and now all of a sudden that opens it up for Josu, as B-Watt has himself a little incident as well. People are just starting to lose their cool here. They just need to keep calm, and he's having a nightmare. B-Watt just getting on the track. He just needs to cool the tyres down before he gets going. Just be careful not to get himself disqualified, as Proctor gets himself back up to 9th. So AJ is now in 7th. It's going to be watching him come through the field. Ollie is trying to get past Suter Bounty for 2nd place. All of a sudden now fighting for 2nd. Josu in front is just... he's taken off. He's gone. He's gone from the rest of the field. As now Ollie's having a look around the outside. He's made the move stick because Bounty has lost the back end going into turn 14, and that allows Danny up into 3rd place. Danny has gained from other people's mistakes. He's gone from 6th to 3rd, and he's of course made a great overtake and move in the process. I think we'll see one very happy Spaniard if Danny does finish on the podium. Bounty in 4th, and he's got Jedi behind him in 5th. AJ has worked his way past the Stig already, so he's now back up into 6th place. His will be a race to watch to see if he can fight his way back through the pack. As Bounty's had another spin. Whoa! Oh, someone's going to hit him. Thankfully everyone avoids him, but he's had his own little incident. That allows Jedi now into 4th spot. And AJ is now back up into 5th spot. Danny is 4 seconds off the back of Ollie, but Ollie now in 2nd. He's got himself fairly secure now in front, in 2nd place. Josu barely spoke about. But he's 7 seconds up the road now. He just needs to do what AJ didn't do, and that's keep it clean and don't make a mistake from here. Just make sure they get across that finishing line first. As I'm going to keep an eye on the battle between Proctor and B-Watt. This gap looks is very close. It's only about half a second between them, so let's see if B-Watt can make a move on Proctor. I know there's been a few people cheering for Proctor in the chat, so let's see, going through the final corner. See, B-Watt's now got DRS available. Can he make the move down to turn 1? He's having a look down the inside. He makes the move stick. That's a good solid overtake from B-Watt as Bounty has his own incident and now has no front wing. He's had a nightmare of a second race. Really has. Pink Spartan, Robbo and Illicit Power just about keeping it on the track. But now Josu is ahead of Ollie, Danny, and now it's going to be watching the battle for 4th between Jedi and AJ. Let's see if AJ can make a clean move on Jedi's ahead through turns 11 and 12. AJ will have DRS, but will he be able to gain the gap quick enough to make the move on Jedi? No, not quite. No, not quite. So now Jedi holds the advantage, and the longer these two fight, the longer it's going to take for AJ to catch up and get a podium out of this. Heading through the final corner, you can just tell AJ's got attitude on that car, and he makes another mistake trying to keep up. Can he get, what can he get back? He's lost places to the Stig and Larvsesh, so now AJ's down to 7th place. So he's going to find himself having to fight back through these two. Jedi defended his place hard, and AJ made the mistake. AJ's just overdriving, just needs to chill his beans a little bit, just not go too over aggressive, which he did there, and it's cost him time and places. Now Larvsesh and Stig fighting for 5th place. Josu picks up a penalty, but he is nearly 7 seconds in front of Ollie. As now Stig runs wide, so now it's a side by side. As Larvsesh works his way past the Stig, working through turns 11 and 12. As now AJ comes onto the back of these two, squabbling. They both run wide in unison. AJ straight away snaps up 6th place off the Stig. There we go, we'll get on board eventually. So now going to work through the final 2 turns. Let's see what AJ can do. Keeps it clean this time. Now he's got DRS. Will Larvsesh fight? He does. Makes one move, but AJ makes one move further. And he's now up. Back up into the podium spot. Now Larvsesh has a chance to try and make a move back, but doesn't. So now that's AJ back up into 5th. Can he catch Jedi before the end of the race? Jedi has a 3-second penalty yet to serve. Now AJ is starting to clear Larvsesh a little bit. As I think, there we go. No, I didn't want that. As AJ's run wide again. Ah, he's lost a wheel. AJ's lost a wheel and he's out. Oh wow. You saw that on board with him. Went wide and just went bouncing around like a kangaroo. And he's paid the price for pushing too hard. And he's now out the race. Paid a very, very big price, and now we've got a virtual safety car out. So now we've got Josu out in front. He is now 8 seconds clear of Ollie, and Danny is now in 3rd, and he's taken off from Jedi. 6 seconds clear as now the virtual safety car is back in, and we're off once again. Now, Jedi, who's gone off there? Somebody's gone off. It's illicit power. Clearly hasn't put his illicit power to use today. Instead, I'm going to call him a turntail because he's gone round far too many times. But he's still running, which is more can be said for certain people. As Joe Josie now 7.5 seconds clear of Ollie. And there's no real battle. Jedi's 5 seconds or so away from Danny. Danny's doing a very good job, and he's sitting in third spot. There's a spinner. I can identify who it is. It's Super Bounty. He's had yet another spin. He's just not been his race today. His bounties, which has been unfortunate. So we've got Robbo in 12th spot and also Illicit Power last. So Josie's now got himself a clear run as Ollie picks up the 3-second penalty, but he's clear enough of Danny not to need to worry about anything there. His front 75, as in 75% one. Who's his? Danny's. Smalley. I'm guessing that's who you're on about. There's yellow flag in sector 2. Bounty's tyres are 75. Oof. Yikes. I think that's what you call ouch. AJ, that was just overdrove it. Just overcompensated for the error you made, mate. But don't worry. There's always next time out. You had the pace to win that, no doubt about it. There's now Laugh Session 5th. Has now got BWAT behind him for 6th spot. 5th spot, sorry. So these two resume their battle. So now let's go the backwards facing view of Laugh Sesh. Seeing if BWAT can make a move stick. Heading through turn 5 and is about to head up to turn 6. And now turn 7, which is just flat, heading down into turn 8. %. Are we going to see a puncture, possibly, Smalley? BWAT gets a multiple penalty for track 1, which now means he's going to have to overtake Alsace. He's made a mistake, and that's now allowed BWAT into 5th spot. I think he needs to keep the faith. Surprised he hasn't tried to go for a fastest lap. There you go. So now we're heading on to the final lap. Josu has just driven away from the rest of the field. He's kept his nose very, very clean where others haven't. 83, that this is Europe. This is the final countdown, Smalley. He's hanging on to these tyres for dear life. Josu now heads through the turns 11 and 12 for the final time. He's done. He has done a very, very good job in this race. And he's now going to take the victory. Heading through the final few turns. Like I said, this has been a control on display from Joe. He's heading now through the final corner. He's going to claim the win. First, second in the first race, going to claim first and the second race. Good effort there from Josu. Ollie claims second place. Good job for him. As now Danny heads through the final corner and will claim third. A superb podium for Danny. Brilliant stuff, mate. Well done. Jedi is going to finish the race in fourth. There he comes across the line. B-Watt finishes in fifth. Lavsesh finishes in sixth spot, just ahead of Proctor. Proctor claims a couple of points. In fact, no, he claims a few more. Claims a few more, and the Stig is going to claim the final point in this race for eighth place. Heads through the final turn. He's going to head across the line. That's a good job from Stig. Pink Spartan's going to finish in ninth spot. Oh, I tell you what, the Pink Spartan has a puncture. He has a puncture left front. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a puncture. I think someone's tyres are slightly worse off. Just going to finish off on board with the Pink Spartan finishing ninth. Ninth spot, you know, there we go. For me, the driver of the day has to be Danny. He's kept his nose clean. He's got himself 2 points finishes and a podium. So well done to AJ, and a very, very good race from Josu. Yep, I've called it Smalley. Danny all day long for me. Very well done to him. Gets on the podium, and it's very well deserved. So there we have it. That's a Formula 2 race for this week. I think it's another couple of weeks before the next F2 race. I don't think there's anything else happening through the week. There is the endurance race on Sunday for GTS. Most leagues are on a week's break. So we might have the next action from then on Sunday, as long as someone streams it. So on that note, like I said, I think driver of the day is Danny without a shadow of doubt, so well done to you, sir. So that's it from me. We will see you again very soon.